Good morning, Year 2s, and welcome to your phonics for today. It's Tuesday, the second day of our week, the second day of our remote learning this week. So today we're going to carry on and build on the learning we did yesterday in phonics, looking at that k family and how to spell the sound in lots of different words. Today, hopefully you can all see me on the screen from home, and hopefully you can hear me well as well. I heard yesterday and read lots of really good feedback about Mr. Clutterbuck's video and how you're enjoying seeing him on the screen, and that was giving lots of you the enthusiasm you needed to do your learning. So I thought I would have a go at including myself on the screen, just in case it gives some of you that encouragement that you're needing at home as well. So what's going to happen in today's video is I'm going to share with you the PowerPoint for our learning, so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. The only thing is today I won't be able to write on the PowerPoint with the way that I'm sharing it, but hopefully we can work through this together. You'll still be able to see me down in the bottom right corner when the PowerPoint comes up, which I think should be there now. So you can still see me down here sound talking and talking to you through your learning, but then on your screen, the biggest part of it will have today's learning, just like you'd see in our lessons together, to help you through. So let's get started and have a look at what we're doing today. For our first activity, I'd like you to have a go at reading the words that are on the board. You might need to pause the video and spend some time maybe writing these words down to add sound buttons, or just sound talking them straight away on your hands if you're now feeling confident with that. When you read them, I want you to think about which one phoneme sound is in every single one of these words. So one of the sounds in each word is in all of the words on the screen. I wonder if you can notice what it is. Don't forget that that red line in that first word is there to show you that you need to break that word down into two smaller parts. It's a compound word, so it's made up of two little words put together to make that longer word. If you don't want to pause the video, you're more than welcome just to sound talk along with me if you're feeling particularly confident with reading these sounds. So either pause the video here to have a go at reading them, or you can carry on with me. So let's look at that first long word together, breaking it down into two parts. Are you ready? Have those sound talking hands ready to tap out what you can see. Off we go. K, a, n, d, u. Candle. Ick, stick. Let's clap it back. Candlestick. That's our first word, candlestick. Let's read the one underneath. K, ich, n. Kitchen. Kitchen. Oh, kitchen. That's right. Sometimes we have to change some of the sounds so that the words become familiar and ones we've heard before. So we've got candlestick and kitchen. Let's read the next one underneath. Ticking. Ticking. So we have candlestick, kitchen, and ticking so far. I wonder if you can already hear which sound is in all of those words. Let's go to the next side at the top and read that three-letter word. Off we go. B-ox. Box. Candlestick, kitchen, ticking, box. Let's try the word underneath. Oh, this is a tricky word. It's one we should know, but we can sound talk it anyway. School. So we've got candlestick, kitchen, ticking, box, and school so far. Now this last word I don't expect you to know. This is a really tricky word. I'm going to sound talk it and show you on my hands what this looks like. Can you blend it together for me and tell me which word I'm sounding out? Quiche. That's right, quiche. I don't know if you've heard of a quiche before. It's almost like a type of pie that we eat, pastry with an egg filling, often with some bacon and cheese in there, but lots of other fillings too. We like to eat it lots in the summer. So our words, we've got candlestick, kitchen, ticking, box, school, and quiche. Does anyone know or have any ideas about which one phoneme was in every single one of those words? Might have something to do with what we were doing yesterday. That's it. They all have the k sound in them. Everyone show me that sound and do the action. K. Fantastic. Remember, we do say it as k, not ka, because we flick away that naughty sound, don't we? Here on my screen, And on your screen as well, you should be able to see that I have circled all of those graphemes that were representing the k sound. Which ones can you see? Yes, I can see the C on its own. Oh, yes, I can see a CH too. And an X. That X is a tricky one because it doesn't just make the k sound a bit, it's more like a k sound. Any others? Yeah, the CK, that digraph. Oh, and the K, good job. Oh, yes, and then that really tricky one, the Q and the U was making the k sound in quiche. Do you remember any of those graphemes from yesterday? Which of those were we really focusing on with our spelling? That's right. Yesterday, we were really looking at the C and the K, and then the C and the K together. The K as a C, K as a K, and the digraph CK. But we're going to have a little look and a little play with the other family members today as well. On the screen, I have a sentence written that I'd like you to read and see if you can find all of the graphemes, that's the letters, that represent the k sound. So I'll read the sentence and then you can pause the video to try and find those before I reveal the answer on the next slide. The sentence says, "The fox kicks like a cat in a school marquee." Can you pause the video, see if you can find all of those k sounds? Hopefully you found them. So here you can see I have circled the graphemes for you. There were quite a lot of those k phonemes in there, lots of letters representing that sound. Good job if you managed to find them all. So here is the k family. And the family members I've circled in red are the ones that we met yesterday. I wonder if perhaps you could spend some time after pausing the video discussing or even reminding yourself about the family members. Who are they? What letters are representing the sound? And then when do we use them? You may want to refer to the sheet I put on Teams View yesterday, where you had all of the family members and their rules next to them. This might come in handy later on at the next part of our session. So pause the video and see what you can remember about these members of the family. So hopefully you had some time to discuss them. We've got toddler C. We have Grandpa K, and we have Big Sister CK. All of those family members make what sound? That's right, the k sound. But we use them at different times. Perhaps you remembered some of the rules, but I've got this sheet on the screen again for you just to have a quick reminder. Remember that Big Sister CK, she can only be used in the middle or end of words. We'd never see her at the beginning of the word because she comes after sounds. She comes after those short vowel sounds. And remember, I had that picture to help you remember what the short vowel sounds are. Can you say them with me? We've got a, and we've got I, o, and a. Those are our short vowel sounds. If we hear one of those before a k sound, we're probably going to use Big Sister CK. Hopefully you remembered that one. The other two family members can be used to begin words, but they can also be used in the middle of words as well. So Big Sister CK will never be at the beginning of a word, but the other two could be. So let's remind ourselves about them. Toddler C, she's the youngest family member. Remember, she has learnt to walk and now she is running terror all around the house, super busy, being in front of all of the letters in the alphabet, except for the E, the I, and the Y. So if we hear a k, and then after that we see any letter in the alphabet except for those three, we're probably going to use Toddler C. Not always, but most of the time. Then we have Grandpa K. He's so busy tidying up and picking up after the girls, all of the things that they've missed. So he will come after every sound that isn't a short vowel sound. So if we don't hear an a, e, I, o, a before the k sound, we're probably going to use Grandpa. He also comes before three letters. Those are the letters that Toddler C misses out. E, I, and why? So let's move on and try and remember and use some of these rules to help us think about some of the spelling choices I've made on the next pages. You might want to have this in front of you, like I suggested earlier, just to refer to whilst we're moving through the video. These last three family members we're going to meet a little bit today, but there aren't any rules for these family members. We just really don't see them very often spelling this k sound in words. So sometimes when we're spelling, there's not really a rule we can follow, but we just need to have a go. And that means try and spell it with the different graphemes and see which one looks right. So let's have a look at some of the spelling choices I've made and see if you can help me find the right one. Here I've tried to write the word kettle. I spelt it the first time with Grandpa K before the E, and the second time with Big Sister CK before the E. Have a little think about these two family members and the rules that they have. Is there somebody here that I could not possibly should use because they've been used incorrectly? Maybe pause the video and talk about this before I explain a bit further. Now, we learnt yesterday that the CK grapheme comes after short vowel sounds. It means we cannot use it at the beginning of a word. So there is no way it could be Big Sister CK spelling the word kettle. So it must be Grandpa K spelling kettle because I know he comes before the letter E. Here, I've written the word chemist. So I've used Big Brother, CH, for the first time, and then I've used Toddler C the second time. Pause the video, look at your rules from yesterday. Which one of these spellings looks correct and why is it correct? Now for this one. I know I can use Toddler C. I know she likes to come before all the letters in the alphabet, except for three. Can you remember what they are? E, I, and Y. After the k sound here, we have a letter E, so it cannot be Toddler C. So I think here it must be that Big Brother CH is the correct grapheme to use. Also, I've read the word chemist before, and I know that that top spelling looks correct. Okay, the word box. Maybe you could see which one of these looks correct to you and talk about this one at home. Hopefully, you said that the top one looks correct. The x is a really tricky thing to spell because sometimes it is just a x on its own, but sometimes it is a k blended together so quickly that it sounds like x, the letter X on its own. They do both technically say box, and Big Sister CK does come after a short O sound. But I have read the word box many times and I know that the top spelling is the one that looks correct. So sometimes when we're spelling those unfamiliar words with these sounds, we just need to have a go. So you're going to try and spell some words today, and when you do, you need to sound talk them and represent each sound with a grapheme with some letters. When you come to the k sound, I'd like you to try and think about the rules from yesterday. And if none of those are working, if they're not helpful with little toddler, grandpa, and big sister, then have a go at using different family members and then looking and seeing which one looks correct. And just having a go. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. What matters is that you're trying and you're practicing and you're having a go and doing your best. So here are the words that you need to try and write today. Socks, boxes, goalkeeper, school, carpet, and marquee. Now, I'm going to give you a top tip and a clue. There are 6 words that you have to write today. There are also 6 members of the family in the K family. So each family member is used for one of the spellings on the screen. I wonder if you can work out who is spelling each word. When you've written these, you might want to challenge yourself and look around your home and see if there's anything in your home that has the k sound in it. And perhaps you could try and write some of those words down by having a go. If you're not sure how to spell goalkeeper, try spelling goalkeeper with that k sound using lots of different family members and then see which one looks right. Maybe you could circle your choice and then take a picture of your learning to show me at the end of the session. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. What I'll be impressed with today is seeing that you had a go. Grandpa, toddler, and big sister have spelling rules. Mum, dad, and brother do not. So sometimes we just need to have a go at a few of them, try, and then have a look and think, which one could it be? So that's what I'd like you to do today. And then I will see you again tomorrow for our phonics, where we'll be looking at a different family, meeting a family that's new to us. Hopefully this video worked okay today, and hopefully you're able to hear me well. If there are any problems with the video, please do give some feedback on Teams, then I can try and fix that for tomorrow's session for you. But until then, enjoy the rest of your learning for today. Take care, make sure you have a break and a rest tonight, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.